Welcome to Big Brother's Bit on the Side. Eviction number 9! Listen, there might have been sex in the house, but it was more like Sex in the City on our panel tonight, I'd tell you. First up, the Charlotte of the panel. She's the demure girl next door who wasn't afraid to get down and dirty in that snug in Big Brother 2. It's the lovable Helen Adams. I love that. Hello. Next up, she might be lacking Miranda's red hair, but she's equally as fiery. She's always telling it like it is and playing it straight tonight. It's the lovable Denise Welch. Also joining us tonight is a woman who, given the chance, would probably take the sex out of the city, at least until she's married. It's our very own Carrie Muck Bradshaw. It's Danielle! She's got the jazz hands tonight. And finally, a woman whose sexual antics on TV would probably even make some man for a bit jealous. Do you know what I mean? It's the woman who's always on top, unless she's in bed with Stephen. Open it, it's Kimberly. Although it's the first time I've seen Kimberly for about 8 weeks, and I'm like, open it already. Listen, let's get down to business. Helen, has the right person gone for you tonight?
Oh, definitely. Stephen had to go because he had to be with Kimberly tonight, didn't he?
Oh, you're such a lover, aren't you?
I know. They got to get it on and have a nice night together and have a few drinks and have a nice time. And they got to see how they get on out in the outside world, you know. They might not get on. You don't know.
Well, time will tell.
I
We're
will.
looking forward to watching it, aren't we, Kim? Dem, why do you think the public have chosen Stephen to go tonight?
Well, I think that it was Stephen's time. It's always difficult when people are on the panel, you know, like Kimberly here tonight. But I think that the public clearly wanted Stephen to go for quite a while now. And I think that the public feel they've been robbed of some decisions recently because of this sort of manipulations of Big Brother, twists and turns. So I think that they got what they wanted. And I think basically just, you know, Stephen's Alan Partridge-ness had just sort of gone into overdrive. Kimberly won't know who that is, but Google him. And I think it had just gone into overdrive, and I think that it was just time to go. And in my opinion, as people will know who follow me on Twitter, I'm not a Helen lover, and I think that I'm quite glad because Helen has lost one of her gang, and anything that can punish Helen in the house is good for me. Yeah. So.
Dan, are you shocked that he's gone tonight?
I'm not, unfortunately. It was a clear one for me. It was between Stephen and Pav, and I think the edge had to be given to Stephen. You know, we kind of seen signs of a bit of a breakdown coming on, so I think he had to go, to be honest.
It's definitely his time then.
It's
By the
his
sounds
time.
of our panel it was. What do you guys think? Yeah. God, but you look lovely in a summer yellow dress tonight. Did she look beautiful?
Lovely. Yeah, Stephen, I needed to go to get out, to be with Kimberly, because I want to see how it develops and if it's real.
Oh, look at Scylla, she's loving it. Is anyone sad to see him go?
No.
Hilly is, and trust her to be sat right at the back in the bloody corner. Go on, girl. Looking like Mel B tonight. Loving the new hair.
It is what it is. I love Stephen. I think he's a decent guy, and he does try too hard. He loves Kimberly, but it is the matter of trying to do things the right way in a confined environment.
Yeah.
He's really, really genuine, and he's my kind of guy.
I
don't give a shit. Oops! I like him.
Babe, you're allowed to say shit on this show.
I like him.
Well, yeah, someone like Stephen in the audience. That's all that matters. Balance that one out. Kim, we're all dying to know. You've obviously just been reunited with Stephen. What was the first thing he said to you off camera? Well, in the car, coming down the hill. What's been the chat?
I know you would have liked it to be open it. But unfortunately we didn't get that far. So no, just a small chit chat. I was kind of rushed over here, but you know, just said, you know, hey, how are you doing? I missed you and I love you. Oh. So it's really nice.
Nice.
I'm gonna cry tonight. It's gonna be one of them nights. Hel, how do you think the house is gonna change now that he's gone? He's been a massive character. Come on, guys, you've got to give him that. He's been one of the biggest characters.
It might
this
be a
series.
bit quieter without him talking about himself all the time. Well, we did. But I think they might get on a bit better, actually.
Yeah.
They might sort of like mix the groups up a little bit
Do you
and
think he's
everything.
going to stop that
do you know what I mean?
divide now between, as Denise was saying earlier,
Yeah.
Helen's group and the rest of the house and the newbies? Are we going to see sort of everyone maybe gel a bit more now?
Yeah, getting on and like, you know, getting on better with
I
each
want to
other.
ask Kimberly how big a housemate Stephen was.
Denise, you can't ask that!
Denise,
I you to lower the tone.
Denise, like last week with Dexter, I'll probably get him to show you in the break.
Well,
there you go. How's that?
I think that I actually started, and it might not be a popular decision, but I actually started to feel a little bit sorry for Pav as well in the last couple of days, because I think that he's obviously a victim of having got in so late. I'm not a great fan of the people going in late because I think they know too much. So they're at a huge disadvantage anyway.
This is what I want to talk about.
And he can't find his little gang.
Yeah.
And so I think that there's going to be a bit of, and a bit of antagonism towards Pav because Stephen's lost his place.
Well, that's what we've seen that in tonight's reality. The housemates are still very unsure about the newbies. Dan, do you think they've done anything in the house to arouse the housemates' suspicions? Because obviously we saw you, Matthew and Bianca go back in and say, don't trust them.
Oh, definitely.
Have they done anything in the house that's really...
Well, I think, with me, Matthew and Bianca going in, I think it put a cat amongst the pigeons. It got people's, suspicions rising. At the end of the day, they have seen 6 weeks' worth of footage. They know about certain people's backgrounds.
Yeah.
And, that is going to bring tension. That is going to raise suspicion. In terms of how they've behaved, I think Pav was very, very paranoid this week, especially with being up and the rest of it. Zoe handles it a bit better, but, I think Pav, he's starting to worry. The cracks are showing.
Well, talking of Zoe, Zoe said that she would have too much life experience to bond with normal people.
Well, that's nice.
Kim, what are we making of that? Zoe is right up there at the minute with the public. She's come out with a comment like that, and it's knocked people a little bit tonight. Let's be fair. What have you made of it?
Well, when I saw that comment, I was just trying to think, well, what actually does she mean by that? Is she talking about the fact that she has experience in, reality TV? And if that's the case, maybe she's just admitting that, maybe she does have a natural advantage.
I think it's hard because obviously she's not here to defend herself, but the way it sort of come across, I think, to a lot of viewers was like, I could have gone on the celebrity one. I wanted to come on the civilian one, but all you guys are so successful. I feel like, I've got something in relation with you. Whereas if you just worked, you worked in Tesco or something, she said, then I wouldn't know what to say to you. And it's just a bit, what did you make of it, Dan?
Well, I think a lot of people would take serious offence to that. I mean, where does that comment come from? It kind of makes you think, well, is that what she'd been thinking the whole time? That's certainly what it raised a few questions in my mind, to be honest. But, I've seen it coming, to be honest. I do believe she is playing a game.
Listen, let's move on to Mark and Christopher, because tonight Mark seems to be treating Christopher a bit like a baby.
Yeah.
Helen, do you think Christopher was right to be annoyed?
I think he should have been, because Christopher's like an adult. He can make his own decisions. And like Denise was saying earlier, it's like a controlling thing that Mark's doing. But I want Mark and Christopher to get together, though.
Do you think
I really want them to get together. Like, they need to set up the date night again. Do you know what I mean? They should have a date tonight.
I really felt uncomfortable because I've been a huge Mark fan, and I do think he's very good value.
This is what I'm saying. Is he losing his grip on the public now?
Well, I think he is, and I think it started because he was so far up Helen's arse the other night when he was in the power thing. I think he should have just said, look, we had to do it. Helen's got this ridiculous thing that when she refuses to accept that people have to nominate and everything. Oh, there's snakes in the grass in here and everything. But the fact is, Mark should have just said, we have to do it, you'll have to do it one day. But the fact that he ran after Helen and after that gang, sort of, it was so sycophantic and so horrible. And then, what is he not telling Stephen about? It's no big deal. The housemates from the outside said that Pav and Zoe are game players. And it's like he's trying to control him. He's dangling him on a little string because he has confided in Helen about it.
Well, let's move on to tonight's twist, because Emma revealed that you can vote to save one person from next week's eviction. Finally, the public have got a bit of power, guys. Thank you. Hel, who do you think is going to benefit from that the most, do you think?
Hopefully, I think perhaps Christopher, because I really like him.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really like Christopher.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really like him a lot. A lot.
You really like him a lot?
A lot, yeah.
Who do we think needs that save?
Ashley. Ashley.
I do.
Ashley, yeah.
Yeah, because she's not very liked, is she, in the house?
I don't know. I think this week, a lot of the public, especially with the twist backfiring on her, I think
She got
she's
nice
got a lot
hair.
of public. Got lovely
Lovely
hair,
hair.
babe. Lovely
Love
hair,
her hair.
babe. Listen, give yourselves a round of applause. That was a nice bit. Right, now listen. If Big Brother was a school, she'd probably be the headmistress, and I'd probably be sitting in the corner wearing a dunce's cap. So please be upstanding. For Matt Willis's Mrs. Mackenzie, it's Emma Willis! Maybe later on. You're right. You look lovely.
Thanks, man.
I love your
How are
hair
you?
tonight. You're looking wonderful. You're looking very slick. Very
Slick?
slick.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
9th of Ix.
9th of Ix.
How was it?
It was so much fun tonight. The crowd were on such
They were
great
on
form.
fire, wasn't it?
They were on fire. They were super loud. They kept chanting 2 seconds, Stephen, which is my favourite chant in the world
Can I just say, Gabby, the drag queen in our audience tonight, that's who started 2 seconds.
Hold on
something.
a second. You ditched me tonight for down here. Every week you're with me.
We would have clashed. We would have clashed.
Would have clashed.
Oh, I
in
think
the
we'd have
green
blended
babes.
quite nicely.
But yeah, Gabby started the 2
Clashing's on
seconds,
trend.
Stephen. She started that. Good luck to her.
Well,
Good
it
luck to
carried
her.
on tonight without her.
Were you surprised to see him go?
Not really. I mean, the writing's been on the wall for a couple of weeks, going by the crowd reaction, I think, which I know you can never rely on. But but Pav has also been getting terrible boos, and for really no reason. It
haven't really
seems that
seen him do
people
that
are only
much to
going,
deserve
"Oh,
it."
get him out, he's boring." Well, give him a chance. You know, he's only been there a week.
How was Stephen sort of in the break? Obviously, what we didn't see. you know.
Do you know what he? When we walked in, I said, "Are you okay?" And he went, "Bit wobbly, but I'm alright. Bit wobbly."
Did he
And I
react
was
how you
like,
thought he would?
Okay. What, in the break?
Yeah.
Or
Like, you know.
he was just very quiet. He was trying to compose himself, and I think for everybody, you know, even the strongest of human beings coming out to a reception like that, coming out of isolation from 7 weeks, and going back into the real world, it's going to be
It's hard enough
strange
as it is, let
and a
alone
gear
having that.
change, exactly. And he had the booze, and he had 2 seconds Stephen, and all that jazz. But you know, he took it on the chin, and he took all that quite well.
Where do you think, I know we spoke about it briefly before and you said, oh, because he's had sex on telly and stuff like that, but what do you think the turning point was for him that was like, this is the demise, babe?
I think the Polaroids, the cutting up of the pictures didn't help. I don't think. I think that was possibly the moment when it started to turn for him. But, you know, and I know there's a lot of, oh, it's a showmance, it's not real, how can you fall in love after that long? You know, some people fall in love at first sight.
Yeah.
And talking to him tonight,
Has your opinion changed
he's
on him
just
since you've spoken to him?
totally whipped by her. Do you know what I mean?
He is, isn't he?
Like Kimberly, he's just smitten with you, as far as I can see. And you know what? If that's the case and
Good
it's
luck to
true,
them.
so what? Yes, they met on a reality TV show. Doesn't mean it can't work.
Of course it doesn't.
Just means that sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But this could be the one time it does. Look at you. I know you didn't meet Dan on the same show, but you still met in Big Brother, and you're still together a year later.
I know. Look
So
it.
I don't think there's anything to say that it can't work and that it's not real. Maybe it's a different relationship in the outside world to what
Yeah.
it will be in there, and that's why it won't work. Or maybe it will bloody well work, and if it does, good luck to it.
Do you know what? All we're going to do is we're going to have to wait and see. They're both out the house
Oh, let's look at that front page of OK Magazine
now.
next week.
If you don't mind. Listen, let's talk about tonight's reality.
Yes.
Because Pav told Stephen that he doesn't feel like he's integrating with
know.
the group. Well, why is he finding it so difficult?
The thing is, well, because of VTs and because of what people say on VTs, and people give it the big one on VTs.
People like Danielle.
And the thing is, all of them do it. You know, it was like when the new lot of housemates went in on the second night, and Jarlath got all that stick.
Yeah.
And
From
with
Pauline,
Pauline
yeah.
talking about her. And then it turned out that Jarlath was all right, actually, and everybody just prejudged her way too soon.
But on the other
so
hand-
that is happening, and also they're coming in over halfway through, and you know it's.
But Zoe, I feel like I've been here for a decade. Like, why is she slotted in so well?
Well, because I just think Zoe just gets on with it.
Is it
I
because
think
it's Zoe from Popeyes, or?
Pav is probably thinking about it too much. You know, he's a thinker. He studied psychology, don't you all know? So, you know, maybe he's just looking at it too much. Maybe he just needs, like Winston said, just let go. Just enjoy it. Show us who you are and try and get on with it.
Public have got the power finally. All week, me and Emma have been on the phone. What's going on? What's going on? We don't know what's going on. What's happened? You know what's happened? I don't know. I always see your knickers anyway. It's no shock to me. Are we excited that we've got the control now?
I can't wait. I cannot wait. You get to save. You get to save one person from facing eviction, which is brilliant.
I'm sure we might probably get some more.
Oh Oh no, there's things that are going to be happening all week. They'll be able to
Give me
get
a
involved
clue.
with twists. Oh, I don't really know.
No, we neither of us know anything. We
I
don't
know
know
what
nothing.
I read in the script today. But the public will be able to get involved on the app and have their say in what happens with twists and what happens with nominations.
Which is what we want.
Exactly. You know,
Exactly what we want.
we want normal noms, which is happening this week as well. And we want the public to have a bit of power.
Anything nice lined up for the weekend?
Might go to the park tomorrow.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Bit of a barbecue.
They are. When
Got to take my daughter. Got to take my daughter. She's
You've
got
got to come
nits.
to mine for... Ah.
Got to get her checked out.
On that note, give it up for Emma Willis. Let's just daughter and go next spoke. Coming up your night for Victor, Stephen will be here to tell all, plus we'll be catching up on all the fallout since he's left the house. Don't go anywhere. See you after this. Sorry guys, welcome back to Big Brother's bit on the site. You know what, since Emma's been here, I've just been scratching. Listen, we're the blue team to the main show's red team. They always beat us in the ratings, but I'm sure it's a fix. I'm telling you, it's a fiddle. Let's see how the house have been coping when Stephen became the latest BB inmate to get the chop.
Right, shuffle visual.
I'm absolutely gutted. I hope Kim's there for him.
What?
She won't make him out.
Right.
No, I'm all like conflicted about it because I don't think it's fair. He's been here the whole time, that's what bugs me. It doesn't really matter if, you know, like... I mean, also the fact, obviously, we're responsible, but the fact that I just think that's not at all how that should have gone. At all. And that fucks me off in a massive way, and now I'm feeling, like, really torn and pissed about that. I didn't think that was
I'm so pissed off.
Well, you've thrown shit at him. You've wanked in his face. And finally, you've kicked him out of the house, and he's going to be here to tell all very shortly. But first, let's remind ourselves of his many, many worst bits.
I think I am falling in love with her. How many countries have you been to? I just want to go to bed.
Top sugar!
Because I'm a bit of a gentleman, I like it to be perfect. Top sugar.
I'm hungry.
What? You being serious? I could cry right now. Look, I'm not going to the disco fucking fever party, that's for sure. I'm going to bed early. And I feel like someone's wanked all over my face. I've been shat on by somebody. I'm the least controlling individual ever in your life. Will you ever leave me?
No.
Stop. Stop. Come here, stop. Do you think you could see me as a husband?
Yeah.
Do you want to be with me?
Yes.
Why don't you say something like that? Oh my God. It makes me feel like I'm a fucking possessive, controlling twat. I don't give a shit if I get booed. Is there anything that you can think of that would have dignified those boos?
Sex.
I do feel like a cheesy dick. Do you know how bad this is making me look? A cheesy twat, actually. It's making me look fucking awful. Again. I have been made to look like the biggest twat on the show. Stephen, you're a twat.
He's a ruthless businessman who invested a lot of time in himself, and sadly, his takeover bid has failed and he's looking at a bit of a heavy loss. Give it up for Stephen!
Come here, you! You're right,
Come and sit down. Stephen!
Oh my God!
You alright?
Oh my God!
What a few weeks you've had, eh?
I'm speechless.
So am I. I really don't know what to say to you. Are you surprised to be sat here tonight?
I'm not. No, I did know that I was probably going to go tonight, between me and Pav.
Yeah?
Yep.
Is there any bitterness, obviously, towards Power Alliance? You know it was them that put you out. I know you saw in the main, with the interview with Emma, their reasonings. How are you feeling about it?
I'm a bit disappointed in Chris and Ashley for putting me up because the reasons they gave were that they didn't connect with me the most. So I thought after 7 weeks, especially like Ashley, that we'd connected quite well.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, there's not bitterness, but I was just a bit disappointed.
Well, the newbies, obviously, they've got the power of knowledge in the house. They've seen it all before. How did that affect sort of the paranoia in the house?
The whole house is ultra paranoid at the moment. Everyone thinks that Zoe and Pav have been put there. They're not genuine housemates and that they're sort of like there to stir things up a little bit.
Yeah.
We're all struggling with Zoe because Zoe's so nice and she's so genuine and the majority of the house love her to pieces. With Pav, there is an element we think there's a possibility he could have a game plan. But generally, yeah, it's been a bit of a shocking week, actually, in general.
We saw, obviously, Helen say to you that she thinks you should definitely stay over the newbies. Obviously, you're an original housemate. Do you feel a little bit cheated that these people have been there for, like, 2 weeks? And
Not with Zoe, but with Pav slightly. Just
why not with Zoe? They're both in the same position, aren't they?
True. But Zoe's sort of like integrated very, very well into the group. She's found her niche with people, whereas Pav not so much.
Is it because it's Zoe Burkett from Popeye?
I'd have to say that. That possibly might be a reason. But no, generally with Pav, I think everyone is very, very wary of him because you know he said he wants to manipulate people to his way of thinking, and that's a bit of a damning statement. I'm not sure what everyone else thinks about Pav, but as a house,
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you, Steve.
We are concerned.
I think it's a bit of a mixed reaction about Pav. A lot of people on the outside saying, oh, he's a bit boring, you know, whatever. But I think a lot of people are also a little bit like noses put out of joint why he's getting that type of reaction because he hasn't really done a lot to get that type of reaction from the public.
I think it's because everyone in that house is very outgoing. Even when you see Ashley and Chris, they are still exceptionally outgoing.
Yeah.
So with Pav, he does tend to sit there in group conversation and sort of look and analyse people and then sit back and think. And you can see him thinking about what he's going to say next. So I think everyone's just maybe a little ultra paranoid and a bit wary.
I've got to ask you something.
Go on.
You said, right, this is
What
your
now?
words, I haven't cried since 2009.
It's true!
So why the fuck was you crying every other day?
3 or 4 times I broke down.
About 28 times you've had a crying now.
I am so disappointed in myself. So disappointed. I do not cry.
Why was you so emotional?
The whole thing just affected me. The whole process, the show, sort of being in there with all these people that I would never have met in normal life. It was...
Finding love.
Finding love. It has been an incredible, incredible emotional experience.
But this is what I want to ask you, because these, again, are your words. You described your experience in the house as shit thrown in your face, wank on your face, and shit on your shoulder.
Right.
Have you really enjoyed that emotional experience so much?
Do you know what it is? It's because of generally every single day, every single week, I did feel as if something was sort of trying to upset me and piss me off a little bit. But without question, it has been the most incredible experience of my life and an emotional roller coaster as well.
Well, part of that incredible experience was someone who's been a massive part of that is Kimberly, who's just sat over there.
I see her over there.
Now, the main question, we're all asking this, we've been asking for weeks, is she invited to the Saturday family eyebrow trips?
Absolutely.
Am I invited?
You've got an open invitation. You're there.
Open it.
You are there.
I'll be opening an invitation and tell you.
You're there.
What did it mean to obviously have her waiting there for you tonight?
It was, I sort of like the insecurities of the house, genuinely thinking, like, is people going to be waiting there for me?
Because did that cross your mind? Did you think, what if she's not there?
It crossed my mind just purely because I thought to myself, I knew she wasn't very well. So I thought, is she going to be at hospital? Is she going to be sort of like well enough to attend? But yeah, I mean, in that house, you become insecure because you don't know what's going on the outside when all we've got is what you guys say and what you guys chant on a sort of like Friday eviction. 2 seconds Steve came, get Stephen out, and there was this one guy who shouted everyone through the whole series, and he was sort of maintaining his get Stephen out throughout the whole
Probably Gabby, the drag queen, actually, in all fairness. She does make herself known. Right, listen, some of our viewers, especially on here and on Twitter, when it was announced to the house, I do laugh because I did laugh at it. When it was announced to the house that obviously Kimberly wasn't returning, your reaction, it wasn't like the reaction of, oh my God, I'm so devastated, I've got a bit Stacey Solomon. It was more, I think what you actually turned around and went was, poor love.
Oh no!
So a lot of people were like, this is the love of your life. Like, what was going through your head when you heard that?
Well, you probably saw when I went to the diary room shortly after. and I completely broke down again.
We did.
And yeah, it was just shocked that I didn't. When they said the night before she's not going to come back tonight, I thought, well, she's going to come back tomorrow.
I think we all did.
So
we all did.
when we were called at like 9:15 in the morning, and we were told, unfortunately, she's not coming back, and it was like, I don't really know what to say. Everyone was a bit shocked, like, poor cow. It was something along those lines. But yeah, it's been a tremendously difficult week for me. Tremendously difficult.
You've seen your mum?
Yes.
What does your mum and nan think of you having a bit of Veldnuki on the telly?
My mum said to me, her first words, "I'm so proud of you." And I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm so lucky to have an open-minded mum. I am so lucky to have an open-minded mum. I love my mum.
Your mother, I've got to say it now, your mum has been your biggest champion whilst you've been on the inside. She has done you very proud this series. She really, really has.
Love you, mum, wherever you are.
Oh, he's got so much love. Well, listen, you weren't the only romance in the house.
Yep.
What are we making of Mark and Christopher? Is it going to happen?
Do you know what? I think Christopher likes Mark and really, really likes Mark.
Yeah,
but I actually think, surprisingly, Mark likes Christopher more.
You think?
I'm telling you. He's very, very, very cagey when it comes to relationships. So you must remember that he's sort of like, he's never really talked about his previous relationships or anything like that. So I think you will see something. And I don't know if you saw tonight's episode where he did the cream in the mouth and stuff like that. This is the beginning. I think over the next 3 weeks there'll be a developing situation between Mark and Christopher.
Danielle went last week.
Yep.
Do you think it would have been a happier house if maybe she had stayed last week?
I can't even, we were all up, weren't we? But it was the Power Alliance's decision. I don't think it would have been a happier house. Obviously, it's not nice to see anyone go, especially when you've been with them for 7 weeks. I think, in theory, it was possible. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was talk that they would have chosen Kimberly to go.
Yeah.
So
I think what happened was they were going to choose Kimberly, and then they were going to choose Ashley, and then Bianca left, and then Zoe and Pav changed to Danielle.
So I think Danielle was sort of maybe sort of lower on the pecking order rather than Kimberly and Ashley. But yeah, I mean, I don't know really. I think the house is just very, very odd at the moment with these new 2 people that have come in.
Right, I want to talk about Kimberly.
Okay.
You've obviously been in there for 7 weeks.
Yep.
You've fallen in love.
Yep.
A lot of people on the outside are sitting there saying, oh, it's not going to be genuine, you know, how can you fall in love? I've been in there myself. I know what that house is like. A week is like a month's like a year, blah, blah, blah. This is your chance to set the record straight. What do you want to say to all them viewers at home that sit there going, don't believe it?
I take it really, really offensively that anyone could possibly call our relationship a showmance. I love Kimberly exceptionally a lot, and hopefully sort of like everyone's seen that I've always tried to show affection and stuff like that, and everything's been completely real in that house.
Yeah?
So anyone...
So you can see a future?
100%.
Right.
Anyone that says it's a showmance is talking bollocks.
Well, marriage is something that you spoke
We're
about.
talking about marriage again!
We are. We're going to talk about marriage because, you know...
We did talk about it.
I love you two. I
Right.
think you two are a great couple.
Thank you.
So I thought I'd probably help you out. And I went shopping today. And I got you this, not from me to you. Is there anything you want to do now, live on television? You met on TV. Let me bring her over. Kim?
Look at the... my mic's... You're going to make me do it? Come on. Come and sit with me.
I'm just going to take a back seat and watch.
Just gonna sit here now. On the edge.
Kim, you know that I see you as marriage material. But my proposal is going to be in private. Take that, Ryland! She's absolutely shit.
Guys, give it up for Stephen, come on. Might use it myself, who knows? Still to come, Stephen's going to be on the line taking some calls from you guys, plus he's going to be facing a bot-style grilling from the panel and audience. We'll see you after this. I'll keep in this.
Sorry, you got a good choice.
No, so you seriously don't know what open it means?
No, I haven't heard of it before. What is it?
Not saying nothing. Welcome back to Big Brother's Bit on the Side. Now listen, on this day in 1990, Roseanne Barr sang the national anthem at a baseball game and got booed for her poor performance. So you're in good company on this day.
Oh, well, brilliant.
Well done, the same to take home with you. Right, I'm here with Stephen and he's all ready to take some calls. And I believe we've got Jazzy P on the line. All right, Pauline?
P!
Hey, husband number 2. How you doing,
number 2!
sweetheart?
How are you, Pauline?
You okay, babe?
I'm all right, darling. How are you?
I'm good. I am so proud of you. And you've got my ninja.
Have you missed me?
I've more than missed you, babes.
Oh.
I've more than missed you.
I missed you
Missed our
too.
good old chaps.
Yes, we did.
Pauline, what have you got to say to Stephen, babe?
I'm just so proud of you. I wish you had made it to the final, my darling, because you were down as one of my winners.
Oh,
And,
thanks, P. Love
Oh,
you.
and I miss you. I love you too, sweetheart. And also, I'm glad you got our ninja under control.
Pauline, I've got to ask
control?
you, because you're Stephen's mummy on the inside, what do you make of the whole Kimberly and Stephen sitch? Are you pro that?
Well, she and I were supposed to have a duel, and we haven't had our duel yet over Stephen being the winning the prize. But I'm more than glad that she's got him.
Oh, give it up for Jazzy P. Pauline's on the line. Cheers, Pauline.
Love you, P.
You're welcome. Love you, honey.
See you soon. Love you lots.
Bye, babe.
Take care, babes.
Bye.
Love you, kid.
That's enough chat.
Oh, I want to talk to her more.
Well, you can ring her after.
Okay. all right
let's
then.
have a look. And do you want to see what's going on in there now? In the
What?
house?
Yeah.
Come on, let's have a look.
Thank you, babe. Raise the toast to Stephen.
To 2 seconds, Steve. 2
Steve.
seconds, Steve.
Go on,
Cheers.
It's not bad. Oh, you can actually talk about Steve and Kim now because they're not here. Talk, woman. Go.
We're obviously just having sex, but bless her, she just had her legs open and not kind of giving it grind. And he was just trying. Really trying.
Oh my God, it's that detailed.
Yeah, it was detailed.
How is it detailed though? You just see the covers moving.
Not really, it's not even like a silhouette, it's like...
Because
clear.
how much of the bodies are out? Like half the
No,
body?
there's nobody out.
Hey, so that's why
You
they
can just
gave
see
us
the feet at the...
something
You can just see the feet at the bottom of the bed, and obviously she's got flat feet out like that, and he's like together. So I'm not too sure where the 2 second Steve came from, to be honest.
But because they just shown a clip of like...
I mean, I don't think
Right,
it's
sure.
literal. I think it's probably just something like...
Yeah, just
they're
because he's banged, he's just,
He's
we'll
just
throw
got-
some at him. 2
yeah.
seconds Steve, it's got a ring to it. It's a Hilarion that.
Open it.
Hilarious.
Open it.
Because we heard her say, what do you want?
Stephen still don't know what open it is. He
I don't.
really don't
I'm so
know. Stephen, during the halfway through, you just went, open it. So just quickly, could you just clear up what that means?
Open the window, it's too hot.
I'm still speechless. That's what I'm
No
saying.
comment, we'll leave that as
Speechless.
that. It's time to hear from our panel and our audience. So, Helen, what would you like to ask 2 seconds, Steve?
Hi, Stephen, love. How are you doing?
I'm very good.
I want to know if you fancied Kimberly as soon as you saw her in the Big Brother house.
I did.
Did you?
did.
Oh, isn't that
I
nice?
did. I fancied Kim. No.
Is that
if
why
Kim-
is that why you bored her, saying that you've been to like 1 million countries for about an hour?
Wasn't that when Tamara was in the garden and she went, Baren, and she
Yeah.
like laid, that was the thing, wasn't it? Yeah. No, I thought so. No, I was trying to be a bit sort of like, trying to make conversation a little bit when I was...
Yeah, but if she wasn't in there, Kimberly, who else would you have fancied?
Oh my God, that's a really difficult
Helen,
question.
Oh, I know, I like to stir it up a bit, you know.
I don't know. I think I really, really liked Tamara. I thought it was devastating that she
But
went out
listen,
week
it don't
one.
matter because you got your Kimberly.
I've got my Kim.
You've got
I
your
don't need
Kimberly.
anyone else.
Denise?
I don't want anyone else.
Yeah, I was just going to say that obviously it seemed to us that you couldn't comprehend why the public wanted you out for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Now that you've had, I know it's all a bit of a mayhem, but now that you've had time to look at how you've come over,
Yep.
can you understand why? I have to say, I do think that you have redeemed yourself very well in the interviews that you've done tonight, I have to say, and dealt with it all very well. I do think that.
In answer to your question, I think that because it is a 42-minute show, and they have to show the highlights of the day, I'm sure that you'll agree there was 24 hours in the whole day, and we had lengthy conversations that probably weren't shown. But I can understand from what's obviously been shown that people may have thought, oh my God, get over it, Stephen, stop bloody going on about it. You're being controlling, you're being possessive and all that. But genuinely, it really wasn't like that on the inside.
Did you know you pick your nose as much as you do?
Do you know what? But do you know what? I've got to stick up for myself on this, right? It's not bogies. It's fucking hair.
Get a nose trimmer then,
But I
Lev.
can't because it grows back too much. I need the wax in the nose and pulled out.
Danielle,
that's what I need.
Nice.
Danielle, have you got anything to get off your chest, babe?
Well, Stephen, I wanted to ask in a polite way, do you regret doing the business with Kimberly in the house? Do you not think it was a bit disrespectful?
I have been lucky enough to meet someone like Kim, and I have fallen in love, and people can say, after 2 weeks, you can't do that. You can, because it's happened, and I don't regret anything that I've done in the house. Of course, if we were in the outside world, we'd have done it in the privacy of our own properties. We were in the Big Brother house, it was a very intense environment, and things got carried away, but I do not regret them, and I would do it all over again if I could.
So you don't think that it was disrespectful to, you know, your fellow housemates and to viewers watching? You don't think that was disrespectful?
I think the fact that you didn't know about it means that we were as discreet as possible. I do think if I had, obviously people would like to think that you'd have the restraint not to do it, but the fact is, it's Big Brother. It's the Big Brother house. We're all put in there. It's a very intense environment and things got intense, and I'm not going to change my experience. I'm happy with the way I can.
On that note, give them a round of applause, guys. Nice little chat. Well, listen, if you want to be a part of all of this, you can. Details of how you can be here are on the screen now. Still to come, it's all been kicking off in the house. See what happens when Ash lost his shit. I'll see you after this. Welcome back. Big Brother's bit on the side. Now, I've got to say, in the break, I checked my Twitter, and the amount of tweets I've had where Gabby the drag queen has been sat behind me, and it looks like I've got a massive weave on. We've had to move her along. So cheers for that, babe. Cheers for that. Listen, I get treated like a baby all the time, just like Christopher on this show, and that's reminded me, oh, Ryland's done a poo-poo. Can watch this, I'll sort myself out. I've done a poo.
That's what I mean. I well got on with Ashton now.
Because that's what I was saying to you guys whenever you fell out.
Well, this is what I mean.
That's what I was saying to you guys whenever you guys had fallen out and stuff.
I get on with her so much now, and it makes me think I'm pissed off.
She's so funny.
That I had 6 weeks of not getting on with her.
Why did I fall out with her? Because she was protecting the main shit stirrer and the troublemaker, which was Danielle.
I'm slightly concerned or confused about the crowd's reaction of myself. And I'm nervous because Steve was very popular, and I think a lot of those people in that room wanted me to go.
Well, that's what was going down just now, but here's what they were getting up to earlier in the day. Here's today's news. At 11:15 this morning, Ashley and Chris were having a little old natter in the bedroom.
What was I going to say there? Oh yeah, I was talking to Helen yesterday. She says the public probably voted for you because they know you wanted to go home and you'd probably be ruthless. Or maybe they just fucking liked me. What is up with people in this house?
I don't know, they just got some really backward impression of each other, haven't they? Did Pav say that, did he?
Helen?
Helen said that,
Right,
you can't be popular by your own merit, surely not.
No, not that they just think I'm a nice person or
No,
they enjoy me
no.
on TV or...
No, but you're one of the boring characters, don't forget.
Yeah.
Boring. Little old boring us.
It'd be funny if it was us two, Mark, Winston and like Christopher in the final.
Oh God, can you imagine?
You know what, no matter how hard you wish for it, Ash, Helen is there until the end. Get used to it, girl. At 12:52 this afternoon, Big Brother set Ash a secret task through a hidden earpiece. He was instructed to get angry at certain housemates.
You don't seem very angry, Ash.
Mate, I need to fucking think so.
Stop laughing.
I'm fucking just pissed off. I can't find any of my shit. It's getting on my nerves. It's only fucking Winston that wears it, so it's got to be him. Can I not quit?
Ash, you're not a quitter. You're angry, Ash.
Fuck.
Get mad, get mean, get angry. Now.
Yeah, I'm just going to grate some cheese.
Don't use that.
Hi.
Because we've only got 2 blocks of it.
Yeah, it's for a meal.
Yeah,
Like
for the
for a
proper
meal.
meals, not your little shitty fucking pastas.
What? I think someone needs a fucking tampon.
You can get even madder than that.
Someone's fucking spunked on it.
Hey?
It's tricky.
You're gonna get really angry now, and then you're gonna storm off. As you storm off, you're gonna kick the chair over.
I've worn a t-shirt of yours once.
Wear it all the fucking
I want
time.
I want it 2 days.
Can't be
Want
asked.
the
I
same
can
t-shirt.
do.
Well, just don't wear them. Just don't wear any of my
Well,
stuff.
fuck off.
I won't wear any of yours.
Right, well, don't touch my shit.
In all fairness, it weren't really angry, Ash, was it? Was it like just slightly missed, Ash? At least we know he's not acting up in the house, as from that, he can't act at all. And finally, at 2:54 this afternoon, the housemates were reminded who really has got the power in the house.
This is Big Brother. Housemates, as you know, it is against the rules to discuss nominations, and Big Brother has reminded you of this on several occasions. Despite these constant reminders, today these rules have been broken and the perpetrator must be punished.
That was me.
This morning at 11:14, in a conversation with Helen, Mark, Winston and Ash, Stephen said that if he survives tonight's eviction, he would do the following. Stephen, if I get the opportunity to evict someone on the spot, it will be Chris or Ashley.
Oh my God.
It won't be Pav. I'll be evicting one of them on the spot if I stay on Friday.
I was having a randomly going about you.
And that's the end of it. And I'll be nominating them both as well.
Told ya. I thought I might have got away with that. Just stop listening.
This is a clear breach of the rules regarding the discussion of nominations, and Stephen must be punished.
Let's not talk about nominations.
Naughty boy, Stephen. Although, do you know what? I
Sorry.
think he's learned his lesson and he's never going to discuss nominations in the Big Brother house
Can't.
again. Are you, Stephen? You're not, are you?
I can't. Not in there no more.
That was the joke. Good boy. That's today's news. Of course. Now with all the ladies from the house, Helen and Denise are up in the reality goalie. What's going on, girls?
Hello.
Hello.
Well, there's
What's going
loads
on?
going on. Christopher has said there'll be a lot more wine now that Stephen's gone.
Oh, we like to drink.
And Helen was impressed that Stephen saluted the crowd to the chants of 2 Second Steve. And Ash added, what a guy. He's going to watch himself power banging. Good old Helen and
hell.
Ash.
What else you got, babe?
There they
Helen also said that Ashley will be sure to end up in the final show.
And very quickly, Denise.
And Christopher told a few of the housemates that it was obvious that Mark was the power housemate because he wasn't eating enough.
Oh, girls, you've been amazing. Give it up for them
Thank
too. We
you.
love you. Mwah. Right, let's see what's happening over in digital. I'm doing the Emma Willis one. Stuart, what's going down?
All right then, so 2 things to plug. Firstly, there's a task taking place Saturday afternoon where you at home can decide who wins. So keep an eye on the site and the app tomorrow.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Also, Stephen doesn't know this, but he's doing a Facebook Q&A with us tomorrow. That's facebook.com/BBUK, about 3:30.
Lovely, tweets.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've got some questions.
Go on
questions
then, go
I
on.
know it might have to be quick, but I know that's something you have been in the past, Stephen, so that's
Thank
okay.
you.
No
What
worries.
you
Joel B says, what is love, Stephen?
Love is Stephen and Kimberly.
Oh, do you know what?
I thought you were
And
gonna
on
go
that
there.
note, that's all we've got time for. Give it up for these guys. That is it. We're out of time. A massive thank you to all of my guests. I'm not going to be here tomorrow night, but my good friend Matt Johnsons will be holding the reins over Ian Lee. That's your TP dad,
don't
Ian
know
Lee.
him.
Stephen, you will tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And Louise is going to be here as well for Bit on the Psych. I'll be back on Monday night. I'll see you then. Have a great weekend.